Welcome back. We've heard about problems in multiple states with coronavirus testing, including in Arizona. And tonight, Senator Martha McSally joins me live on Justice to discuss whether things have improved, as well as efforts on the ground to contain the spread of the disease. Senator McSally, thanks so much for being with us on Justice. Now,
thanks for having me on, Judge.
Oh, good to have you. And, you know, yesterday you talked about that when you were talking on a show, Good Morning Arizona. You were somewhat frustrated about the testing. As a result of the president's press conference, how do you feel about that today?
Well, let me first say the Governor Ducey here is doing a great job with his team. We only have 12 confirmed cases, but like many of us, we were frustrated with the slow rollout of the testing kits. I really appreciate the president's announcement working with these public-private partnerships in order to increase capability. What we found here in Arizona is the testing capability is there with the state labs, Mayo, Sonora Quest now, LabCorp, TGen, but the disconnect is between who's going to take the sample. We have some providers who are not comfortable doing that. The communication needs to increase, and the ability to take the swabs, put it in the liquid, and get it to the lab. I was on the phone with the Vice President's office this morning. We're going to speed this up and look for greater opportunities to get this capability out faster to our state.
Okay, so what you're saying is you have the testing kit, but you need the reagents, or you need something to test it, and then who reads it? How does this work?
Right. So again, the testing availability is at the state lab. It's also at Mayo, and we have Sonora Quest and LabCorp like everybody else.
All right.
But connecting that to where people are actually going to get swabbed. Some providers are not willing or not comfortable doing it. PPE issues. I don't want to get into all the details, but we want to make sure we have a smooth understanding of where you go, how you get it, and also trying to relax the rules for the state lab. So it's not just for people who have traveled to a high-risk area or are been in contact with a known case or are hospitalized with no other diagnosis. I asked for, we're asking for a relaxation of that as well. So we're getting there, but we're not there yet.
All right. But yesterday, the president did something extremely, I thought, creative, and that is the public-private partnership. That is a way of pretty much cutting through the red tape and the bureaucracy and having the private sector, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS. How is that going to work in your state?
I think that's a great initiative. These partnerships are the way to break through archaic ways of thinking about it. And we're waiting to hear back when this is going to be deployed in Arizona so that my constituents who are concerned can go get tested. So more to follow on how that's going to roll out around the country and in our state. But it's a great initiative, and I really applaud the innovative approach to get past the bureaucracy and bring in that private sector. Okay,
on Monday, when you go back to Washington, it appears that you're going to have a bill that has passed the House, I think, 1 o'clock Saturday morning, late Friday night. And the president has already tweeted, do it ASAP. Do you think there's going to be any trouble getting that thing to pass, getting that coronavirus bill to pass the House? The Senate?
Well, I called on Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi to cancel recess next week. I'm glad Mitch has heard the call. We're heading back. I think Nancy should bring the House back in. Let's get a final bill on the president's desk. It's the right thing to do. We're hearing from small businesses and individuals who are working paycheck to paycheck. The economic impact is serious, and we need to make sure that we blunt the blow while we get through this as a society, because we will. America's the best. We will get through it. But if we can pass something that helps people stay home if they're sick and not worry about not paying the rent and keep small businesses open, it's the right thing to do, and more probably needs to be done. So I applaud the efforts, and I look forward to getting it on the president's desk.
Well, let me ask you a question. Why didn't the Senate stay Friday night over the weekend?
Good question. I at least got them to call us back. So we'll be back in Monday, and we need to get it done immediately.
All right. Senator Martha McSally, thanks for being on Justice. And meantime, as